Hi there, welcome to the immediate post-match reaction show here for Gersnet. It's myself, Colin Armstrong, joined by Alex Anderson. Bonded, yeah.
Sorry guys, I'm just checking the passport. I think that was refreshing here to get myself my passport renewed.
And it's not happening.
It's not happening.
A very sort of run-of-the-mill win today.
Aye.
What was it, 2-0?
2-0, mate. 2-0, yeah.
I'm forgetting. Bigger things to worry about at the moment. So I suppose the main thing to start with is the team. You know, we're all looking at like when the team is read out today. I mean, the first thing that stood out was Tav's playing, Golson's playing. I'm like, why are they two playing? Why are they taking them?
Yeah. To be honest, we're all so busy talking about a certain Spanish city, certain Andalusian city just now in the stands and what have you. By the way, there was a few kind of embarrassed, faces the day turning up back to the scene of the crime. There was a few passionate things went on in the stands on Thursday night. Folk were kind of, are we alright? Aye, we're alright. It's a 1-1. We're not getting another game like that. But I think there was so many kinds of distractions in the stands today, all the chat about passports and hotels and what have you. I just glanced down and I thought, you see Steve Davis and you think, that's fine, Steve Davis, that's Golson, Tav, that's what put the full team out today. And then you're like, no, actually there's 7 changes. 7 changes. And it was, we just had a wee lap of honour there for the players with their families, and I think we've all got 15 toddlers. Quite a fecund bunch of players we've got there, but we had more kids on the park by the end of the game.
It seems to me that not one single player in the first team's got a telly. They seem to be spending their nights doing something else, but we're not getting to that.
Yeah, aye. It's even Diallo, he's like an amoeba with a number 9 in his back. He's tiny, isn't he? But he got his goal today, and I think the main thing for me was, we all know, all bar technicalities, it's over, the league. But the record books will say that we took this down to, basically, at the most, it's going to be the second last game of the season, considering it was won 2 months earlier last season. And I thought, we get handed the title. They gave it up last season at Tannadice with 0-0 against Dundee Utd, and even when it was 1-0 today, I thought I can see Charlie Mulgrew just banging one in or something. He's only shot on goal. They're only shot on goal. Just to kind of. I've always got a wee bit of pessimism in there just to keep my feet in the ground. But when Tav scored the penalty, I think 55th minute. No, I don't mean you can actually see it happening. What was happening in the park? I'm talking about up here in my noggin, my pessimistic noggin. So when we got the second goal, and Diallo got it, the guy who had a bit of a bad time against United at Tannadice the last time he played against them. It was nice for him, and it was nice for us just to know that we've spoiled a few wee garden parties this lovely Sunday afternoon.
I think we've spoiled the garden parties again. I think Thursday, the empty seats yesterday tells you it's not going to be much of a celebration when it comes, but I suppose the main thing from today, and try and focus on today rather than the 2 finals and the big one in Seville. Good to see Liam King getting 90 minutes. I thought he done well. Charlie McCann came on.
Fantastic. It was different class, Colin. I thought it was. You got to be boy. We went 1-0 up, and then we made the further substitutions, bringing on Devine and Lowry and McCann, and we already just we started with Leon King, and you're thinking, are we just pushing this too far? We're just going to give it up in the game, but no, we then went on and get the second goal. Stepped it up if anything, and it was just explain all the reasons. It was nice for us as fans to see us not officially let the title go today, but in terms of actually the future of the club, it was a lovely moment for the young boys to come on, and you don't win anything with kids, but we stopped another team winning something with their kids a day. It was lovely. Yeah, it was good.
On Lowry, new deal signed. Which is good news, I think, and a new deal for Scotty Arfield.
Well, I think, Scotty, I think we're all kind of fairly confident he would be staying on. By the way, you're seeing Friday night's pod, Mr. Ross Bennett of this parish.
He'll be gutted.
Buying his dinner.
He did,
buying his dinner the other night. So I have to say, Scott Arfield, a terrible miss he had in the first half, playing through. Brought out a green save for the goalkeeper, but we'll make, for Ross's sake, terrible Arfield they can go. But no, I was glad he signed on. But Lowry, talking about going to Newcastle, but I think after what happened Thursday night, probably convinced him and his agent he's at a big club already. Much bigger.
It's good. It's kind of difficult to find something to talk about because it was such a stroll in the park, really. I would actually at one point I was a wee bit frustrated because I was thinking we could have won this league. You know what I mean? When you look at the level of performance for Rangers today, with so many first team players, regular starters out the team, you think, if we just didn't have that blip just after the winter break, we could have taken this to the last game.
Or if we didn't have the winter break, Colin, I know I'm not doing that. We've got to, we've got to look to ourselves first and foremost. But I don't think we can ignore the fact. I think that's the good thing about taking it down to, you know, Celtic only win the league with maybe a game or 2 games to spare, is a game to spare at most. Is it kind of that shows up? That's what happened. Those 2 games were due to play at Christmas. When the break get moved, when we were absolutely flying, you know, it just holds up in a starker relief what that actually meant. And I thought yesterday to see Celtic doing the wee lap of honour or whatever just showed that they're getting used to celebrating a title that they haven't actually won properly, you know, in a lot of ways. Don't take this one, no being bitter about this one, but there was a few things that have gone on that had it been the other way around, you know, I mean, we would still be hearing about it, and it would be a very big deal. But I think generally there was just a sense today that even Rangers in second, third gear, whatever it was today, that game totally under control. You know what I mean? If you start to finish, all that was left was for me to be superstitious. That's the only way that we could think anything bad happening today. It was a stroll in the park, and you're at a stage now where like Flash and Sakala, you know, we've gone from thinking he can't play through the middle, he has to play it wide, you know, to he has to play through the middle, he can't play it wide, and he's done both today, and both have pretty much worked, you know. So we're getting a real kind of depth to the whole squad, a real kind of gravelly kind of heft to the team in general. That even when we're not on it, even when we don't have the full team out there, we're winning, and we've got to take that right into next season, you know.
Aaron Ramsey as well, good to see him to get some minutes in the legs. Hopefully he can stay fit and provide. I mean, I don't know if he would start. Me and the boy were talking about this on the way in. You know, going through at 11 for starting 11 for the game in Seville. And I don't know if he would start. I think it's between him and Kamara, but it's good to have that option either way.
Great, and especially the way we go with injuries. You know, you don't know what's going to happen. You know, even in training, never mind. You know, the couple of league games we've got to get through. I think we're looking at the boys, we're looking at the young lads, you know, talking about them, how they all come on in the second half and we're fantastic, and that's great for the future. But the immediate aim and an aim for the ages to lift this trophy in Seville. It's good to see Aaron Ramsey getting the minutes in the legs, and he was staying on. You know, we're starting the substitutions at half time, but he wasn't one of them. And basically he combines with him and Scotty Arfield got a wee thing going on, but a kind of close 1-2s, and I think that eventually leads to the penalty for the opening goal. So they basically helped win us the game today.
The final point before we go, because I'm going for pizza for my boy's birthday. Diallo, I got a good text from my mate just before we were coming out. He was obviously watching the game on Rangers TV, I think. Would you take him on for another season, Diallo? Because it feels ironic and it's a bit frustrating that he seems to be coming onto a game just as we're approaching the end of the season. Yeah.
I think the only worry is, you know, this was very much an end of season game. You know, it was almost a friendly pace at times. So I don't know if I'm doing it today as I'm doing it. You know, he's not really proven too much. You know what I mean? But listen, we're going to have a lot of spare cash. Now that we've got this run, and if we go one game better, we're going to have a lot of spare cash. So it might be worth keeping on for another 6 months at least. But if I had to gamble on it right now, I would say no. But the way we're going this season, the way players just keep suddenly, Borna come back, Lundstrom come back, you know, Scott Wright's coming on to a game in the last couple of weeks. I mean, you could end up with Diallo scoring in the Scottish Cup final to win it or something like that. You can't write anybody off just now, Colin.
Cannot. So we'll call it time there. Remember, the flagship show is on tonight at 9:30 live on YouTube. Ross Bennett, he of spending money on you for your dad.
What a man.
The nicest thing about it, he never told us. He just sneaked off and done it.
Smooth, very James Bond.
Smooth, yes, nice. Very smooth. Good guy. So he's on. Ian Duff's on, and so is Patrick Caskey, I believe. So join them live tonight at 9:30 on the YouTube. I'm away for pizza.
I'm back on the passport office.
Bye for now.